ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, and I'm back with some new additional information. The men that can't keep... Ooh. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a couple of things. I don't know if it have any value to you, but last night I made a note, and I was saying that this is some things that are common amongst we as people, like food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care, and careers. Those are things that people who are living in a body require for continued living in that body. And these are things that they do themselves. The body itself and all the operations of the body, the oxygen in the blood, all that comes from another source. But we are responsible for these other things. And wherever we suffer, whether we suffer from a lack of housing, education, food, clothing, health care, and employment, that's immoral. That's against God. And ladies and gentlemen, I must admit, I didn't want to say this, but I must have been left in this world to serve a special purpose. I guess we all are, but this is a purpose that you don't find too many people claiming. For instance, when I was a kid, 2 or 3 times I gave my life away. But the power that is responsible for all that is, didn't think it was time for me to go. Once as a teenager, several times as a man, but once as a teenager, I was supposed to go again. And God wouldn't allow me to. And having been spared life so many times and to be living in the middle of this hell, it got to be for a reason. I wasn't spared to just live in this hell. And I want all of you people to know, you are in your bodies. You are in your bodies, not to just eat, not to just do the things that we do every day, food, clothing, shelter, education. That is not why you're here. Those things are essential for your survival. Let me say it again. You're not here just to eat, to put clothes on, to have a house that you can sleep in, to go to school and get an education, to have health care and a job. That's not your only reason here. The job is very important. Now that connects with your reason for being here. And those jobs are connected with meeting these common needs. But you weren't just made to have bodies on earth walking around so we can say God got humans walking around on earth. I mean, what the devil good is that? What the devil good is dinosaurs? They were here for a while, and then they were no more. We are here for now, and it appears as if we won't be anymore. Or if it is, it's going to be something outside of our understanding. But I say this because of all these things, I can't find any peace living amongst you. The churches, I can't find any peace living amongst you. You got your scriptures, you got your Bibles, and you swear before the holy God that you're righteous, even though you're split in thousands and different ways here. But you swear, each one of you are absolutely right. And every last one of you put up with the devil and everything that the devil does. Not only do you put up with it, you do have the stuff that the devil does or wants done. And the people who don't go to church, who just, well, just out here, they don't know, they're just floating around. Like when you give your dog a grooming, you cut his hair, it's so light it just float in the wind, it just go anywhere. Some of us act like that's what our lives are, just floating around anywhere the wind blows. But now your career, that career is connected. That career is connected to you and your preparations for your survival and the work that you came here to do. You came here to do a work. And you can't do that work because you hate. You can't do that work because you're racist. You can't do that work because you're bigot. You can't do that work because you're prejudiced. And you know what? You didn't make that. You grew into that. And for some strange reason right now, it is required that those who have not grown to that point yet live their lives in such a way it suck all of that out of you. Or until you dead. Just by living and dying out. And all other people living and feeling so good about the other people outside of the haters till they don't want to have nothing to do with hate. And it's gone. So, one other thing I want to say, and then I'm going to leave this alone. There are a lot of news made available about men and women, how men abuse women. Well, we came up, I'm speaking to you as a man, we were thinking, when I say we, I'm not talking about today, even though some of those things that were done yesterday is still done. But yesterday, it was taught that men and women were made to reproduce. And in that reproduction process, I think the purpose of that was lost. And people stopped doing that for reproduction. It was just a consequence, but the reason they did it was for pleasure. And they went to the extent till many times it wasn't made available to you unless you took it. And so you took it. But to all those young men out there who have been so far protected from those type of activities, I want to tell you something. Keep your wee-wee in your pants. Let me say it again. Keep your wee-wee in your pants. When I first thought about saying it, I was going to use some other words. But I think I just used this. Keep your wee-wee in your pants. And if you've heard so much, if you've seen so much stuff that you just got to take it out other than the pee, go somewhere in a little private spot and whoop your hook. It'll give you the greatest joy that you can ever imagine, and you don't even have to go and violate a woman. Keep that in mind. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll just go because I'm just talking to you right now. Basically, I almost seem like I got nothing else to talk about. I've talked about everything a person can talk about. Talk about freedom. You can talk about freedom from the beginning to the end. It could be a 1,000-year process, but until it changes, it's nothing but talk. Personally, I'm tired of talking. Not only am I tired of talking, I'm tired of living in a world where people have made this a reality. But I can't change. Wait a minute. Why is it that we always say, I can't do it by myself? I have said over 1 trillion times, I cannot change this world by myself if you guys don't want it. Because it is designed according to the Creator. That as long as you shall have what you want. What you want, we know because that's what you'll give to get. You don't want peace. You don't want prosperity, and I do. But that don't mean I can sit here, does it, and make you want it. Well, it doesn't seem like that's possible. But by me knowing God, everything is possible. So while God has given you a choice, I'm going to make you make the right choice. Because if I have to, I'm going to, by the power of God, not by my own power, but by the power of God and my agreement with God, we're going to change this world. This world, and especially starting in America, is going to be beautiful. I don't give a stank what y'all say. In America, everybody's going to have a job. And because they got that job, it's going to entitle them to everything they make. And what are they going to make? Everything they've been making all the time. But they're going to make more of it in the abundance that nobody will be absent any of it that they want. And they're taking away that old crazy devil out of our midst. We're going to start dreaming and imagining and do great things. We're going to leave this junk alone. I'm not going to let Trump come and take my world. To hell with Trump if he don't want to do right. You hear me? To hell with Trump if he don't want to do right. I'm going to heaven, and you too. Why? Because I want to, and because you want to. Bye. Damn.